Welcome back to Littlelee and Rose. My name is Summer Noel, and today we are going to do a Northern Lights cup. Now, this is only one of many ways that I do this Northern Lights cup. This is going to be the basic style of doing it with just glitter on a black base. We're going to jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and put you on high speed, and we're going to do hang method on this cup, and we're going to coat it in an extremely thin layer of epoxy. Basically just getting it tacky so we can start adding our glitter. We do not want to have a glitter flow. We are not doing all that crazy stuff. I'm going to be placing this glitter exactly where I want the glitter to be. So, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So we're going to jump right in. If you don't know what the hang method is, you can jump back on my channel, search, do a search and find hang method, or just scroll through all my tutorials. You can find one that's specifically just on hang method. You can also see a couple on how do I glitter with hang method. And that will bring you up to speed, because I am going to do this in high speed because most of my subscribers have seen me do this a bajillion times. But if you haven't done it, please jump on my channel and search to some of my older tutorials, and it will explain what I'm doing. What I'm basically doing is putting 2 milliliters of mixed epoxy onto the bottom of this cup, and I'm going to work it down with my finger all the way to the bottom of the cup. It's really hard to do because you got to get it super thin. It's going to be thinner than a sheet of paper, and we're basically just going to keep working it, moving that all the way down to the bottom. It's going to be a very, very, very thin coat, not even enough to move or slide down the cup or get bubbles. All right, guys, here we go. Now, what you just saw me do was put a layer of hang method over the top of this. This is thinner than a sheet of paper. It's just enough to add some tackiness to the cup and shininess. The reason I do this is it grips onto this little slightly chunky glitter better than it does like EO6 or Eileen's Tack It. So I prefer for this version of my Northern Lights cup, I prefer to do it with the hang method and use my glitters. Now, I'm going to show you something very, very, very unusual, and you have to work fast because, as you see, we are going to be turning our machine. We've got our turner on, but we're going to turn it off. You're going to still hear turners, guys. I've got a lot of tutorials going, and I just realized I just closed my workshop just now, and I'm going to put my chemical mask on because I just closed my workshop up. My whole house fan is still going, but I'm overly cautious. So I'm going to wear my chemical mask. I'm going to be a little harder to hear, guys, but I'm going to just keep right on going. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our popsicle sticks. I just use popsicle sticks. You can use your silicone sticks, anything to scoop a little bit and tap. I'm going to go ahead and use popsicle sticks for this round. And we are going to tap. What you do is you just tap at an angle. Now what I'm using is all the different fantasy series so that they will color shift. So I'm going to tap it. Okay. This is why I have my whole house fan on, guys. I'm going to take just a brief moment. I'm going to take this is just a regular silicone straw and blow. See how cool that looks? So I've got this parchment paper sitting back here ready to catch everything that I'm blowing. So I'm basically going to make one crazy Northern Lights cup. So I blew the extra off. Now I'm going to start turning it. Now we're going to do another color. So right off the corner of that one, I want to do a little bit of Andrew. We want to blend them in. I'm going right along the edge of that one. So where you saw, and I'm going to go a little higher just so they're not identical. Tap that off. So you can see right along this purple line, I've put a very, very soft edge of the blue. Then I'm going to keep my fan is going really well, but it's a whole house fan, so you don't see any movement here, but it's just pulling the air out of here. And I'm going to take my straw, and I'm going to blow kind of from this direction. And I'm just going to blow off any extra. Put my chemical mask back on. Take a little bit more of that color and go right along the outside of that blue. And just slowly tap. The reason I use the small scooper is so I'm in more control of my glitter. Take my straw, and I want to blow it the other way. And there we go. we have our first little ray of northern lights. Now we're going to turn the machine and get it going the opposite way. See, it rotates the opposite way when you've kicked it off. Now we're going to start our second line. Let's go ahead and do the orange. I want to go a little farther. There we go. Now the Fantasy series on a black base will color shift. That's why it's super fun and cool. So you can see where it's an orange glitter, but it's color shifting to green. So in your Northern Lights, you're getting so much dimension from these fantasy colors because it's making it more than one color. Because we're working on the black background. Okay. You gotta leave it off for 30 seconds. And there, see how if you pause it, it will shift directions. And stop it. Okay, now we're actually gonna go in and right on the edge of that line, we're gonna tap some of the actual green. But what you'll notice is the green will color shift to yellow. It's really cool. So we're just giving a lot of dimension to our Northern Lights right now. Now I'm going to just let it do a rotation so I can kind of get a good look at what I'm working on. Looking beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to stop. And this one looks great. I'm going to add a little. So you can see that color shift and that purple right there. Oh, it's incredible. I'm going to add just a touch more of this aqua up here, just at the top. Okay, now I'm actually going to start with the green this time. I'm going to go much lower down. Just tapping the glitter into almost into like a line. It's not meant to be perfect. Northern Lights are crazy. They do not go in straight lines. I'm going to go down pretty far in the cup in case I want to bring my tree line down lower. Okay. And I want to blow towards me just so I get a different look. Okay, and turn it off. Let it sit for 30 seconds. Not all motors do these. There it goes. And shift it. Okay, and to make this one just different than the other, I'm going to mix this green one with the pink. Took my mask off and realized I don't need it off right now. Just doing this. And this one, I'm going to blend it at the same time just to get, again, just going for lots of dimension on this one. Okay. And I'm going to blow it the other way. Okay. This is more personal preference about like which way you want to blow it, where you want the fluff. But see, like this one, I'm like, okay, that looked like too straight of a line. So now I'm going to blow it down and out. And see how that kind of blurred that line? It almost like ombreed it out. That's what we were going for. Ooh, there's a bee in here. Hazards of having my workshop open half the day. We actually have a beehive here at Swag Shack. We actually have a beehive here at Swag Shack. So our bees are pretty friendly. We don't even worry about them with the kiddos, because they haven't really ever stung anybody. But man, that thing is attracted to my lights. Sorry if you can hear that on camera. My studio lighting here is a representation of sunlight. So that bumblebee thinks that he's flying towards the sun. All right, it's looking good. Looking good. I'm just going to let it do a rotation. See what we got going on. You can see where I dropped my cup there when I was spray painting, and I got the spray paint all over myself. But I do not have time to re-spray paint, so we're just going with the flow. This one didn't blow as far. So I'm just using this to kind of soften those edges up on each one of those. These are beautiful. You can also press down if it's chunky glitter. I'm pressing the glitter down to get it flat so you get the best color shift out of it as possible. The color shift on this one with the iridescent and the fantasy colors is what's going to make this pretty epic. I'm just tapping down any chunky glitter. And as I do that, you're going to start seeing a lot more color shifting. You can see the color shift right here. In this one, it goes from pinks to purples on the dark color. I'm going to stop it. Now this one is a holographic. This is Andrew. He's a holographic. He's one of my favorite holographics because I really like aqua. Yeah. So the whole thing with this is just kind of scoop and blow. And scoop and blow and rotate colors. I just tried to choose colors that are either holographic or fantasy so that they will color shift for me. Then I went through and we were just kind of putting them on here completely at random and using the silicone. I'm using a silicone straw. Woo! That was a fuzzy, went straight for my cup. I'm using a silicone straw because I can bend it without it snapping and breaking, and I can kind of blow in whatever direction I want to. Ooh, I see that. So I'm essentially just kind of taking my mask down for just a split second to blow out the glitter and then putting it back on. And I'm just kind of looking to where I want details or if I feel like any one color is too close to the other. But as you guys see, I'm just putting down one color and putting down a second color to line it. We're blowing it all around. Kind of ombre it and blend it. We have a big blank space here, so let's do something fun. Let's do orange and pink on this one. Mixing the colors up. A little orange this time with a little pink. Change it from what we've been doing on the others. Okay. Okay, and we're going to press down that chunky glitter. And then I'm going to put a little aqua. That's looking pretty dang good. Something is stuck to my cup there. All right, I think we are gonna let this rock and roll. I'm gonna put you guys on high speed so you can kind of watch it rotate a few times and really see where the colors are. Oop, that's my one little spot. I'm actually gonna, let's see, we'll put on some green right there. That's where I touched the cup when I was painting it. Oops, I don't want that to be visible. All right, we just put a Band-Aid on it right there. And again, guys, this is all personal preference. I'm just seeing up here, I want a little bit more color up here. This is gonna be one heck of a dump bucket. Press down. This is not a glitter flow, you guys. This is a glitter blow. What? By doing it with the glitter blow method instead of letting the flow, is this way we actually have lines of colors that are coming off of each other. That is how Northern Lights kind of look. Is it looks like a line with like a stream coming off. So now we have like a stripe of blue, purple, and a stripe of orange, and a stripe of green. But it's all together, and it's going to look amazing under epoxy. All right, guys, here we go. All right, you guys are going to hear some activity in the background. We are packing orders like crazy, so you're going to hear the cricket, and you're going to hear the label maker and all that stuff going in the background. But we are going to go ahead and add this label. I chose the one with the moose on it because it's so freaking cute, and it is very much Alaska. I went to Alaska when I was a teenager, so this is very vivid and very personal to me. I think it's amazing. But I saw my first moose in Alaska. It was pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of probably different than any other video you've seen. I use the vinyl to make a stencil. I'm going to go right about there. We're going to go down and rotate around that side. Flatten it out. Start and rub it down. Peel the transfer paper away. And drop this side down, and they're probably going to overlap just a bit. That is okay. We can see right there. It's going to go right there. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I can see that sorry, I'm holding the cap from my X-Acto knife in my mouth. I can see from right about here is when I need to separate it and remove it, because that piece is going to be what's overlapped with the rest. And there we go. All right, and then we're gonna rub it down just real good, just like we did on the other side. Peel our transfer paper away. Doesn't matter if they're bubbles, guys. We just want it on there because we're gonna end up taking this off. We are just laying down basically a stencil, a big giant stencil. Make sure it is pressed down really, really well because we do not want some bubbles in there. There's this little piece that the part of the little tree is sticking out. So we're just going to stick a little piece of vinyl over the top of that. All right. So now we have our tree line. This is going to be our tree line with our moose. It's going to be super cute. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of transfer paper that I use as to do my vinyl, and I'm going to lay it over the top. This is going to protect it because now we're going to spray paint it. So we're going to take that piece of transfer paper, stick it there. Now I'm going to put it on my wand. I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to spray paint this black. Now you can spray paint this any color. If you want this to be navy blue or whatever color, you can see the beautiful skyline is showing up over the top of it. We're basically going to spray paint this, then clear coat it, and then we're going to remove the vinyl. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, now we're going to just peel this all the way. We're going to take off the transfer tape and we're going to start revealing this super cool image. Let me see what we got. Peel up our vinyl. Whoop. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun reveal. Here we go. We're just going to slowly start lifting this vinyl away. I can use my special tool to get in there and hook and lift to get all the little bits to make sure we get everything without destroying the image. Just work our way slowly around, and we're going to go from there. All right, guys, here she is. I'm trying to get the best light to show off this glitter. It is like 20,000 times more beautiful in person. It's so insanely sparkly. I tried taking it outside to shoot it, and the glitter sparkles so bad it blows out the image. And in here, if I turn my studio lighting on at all, it blows out the image because the glitter is so shiny. This is just in natural room lighting. In my studio, it's nothing fancy. I don't have my studio lighting on. That's how you see all the sparkle off this glitter. It's amazing. Okay, so the glitter will be available in a glitter pack on Littlelee and Rose. Just click on the link below the video. It's in the description, and you can go ahead and go there and you can get your tumblers, you can get your glitter, you can get some epoxy, you can get all kinds of fun tools there that I use in every single video. I hope you guys learned something new on this one. It was super fun. I'm going to hold on to this one. It's going to be a Christmas present. I'll end up putting probably a name across the top and sealing it down with one more layer of epoxy, and it will be an awesome Christmas gift. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye.